And hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder, past trading partners, along with Bob Iacchino. So little sell off to overnight, and then a nice recovery, stalling out 44.77 area, and that's this prior resistance shelf we've talked about. Dipping down just below some of our key levels, really nice, a little 5-minute double bottom also. So what are we looking at for tomorrow? Let's just see where our pausing bar is. We can update this to this pausing bar. You can see coming back down, and remember to focus on closes more so than highs or lows. You can see here we had this 44.77 level, dipping below it to this 44.41. Then dipping below that level, but closing on that level, and then a nice rally off of both of those levels. You can also see on the 1 hour, this is called a double cross pattern, which means you're getting a correction to the the rotation zone on the higher time frame. This higher time frame would be the 4 hour, coming really nice down to, just closing slightly below that 44.41 level. You can also, if you are actively an active trader or watching to do stuff, there's the nice little pausing bar giving you 44.3750, slight dip below, but then the rally off of it. Also, as I mentioned, you can see here this is a double bottom pattern. It's reversing this move, so that was really nice right there, coming off of here with the double bottom. And as long as your first two targets are within it, I think if we went to the conservative targets, even the third target was just at the wick. So but the first two targets were in there, and this was a good area to use that conservative target. So you see coming down that 44.37, nice little reversal, and then just continuing to rally back up. But that's how you combine some of the techniques we utilize to help. After you do the macro pattern, which is what we're doing in this video, I just want to walk through some of the micro things too. So we updated those levels above today's high. I'm watching 44.95.75, so 44.95 to roughly 5,000, just because of that round number. And if we've already tested this little resistance shelf, closing just below, just below it for the day. So I'm going to be watching if we start breaking above that to really go after that 44.95 level, then 5,000, and then we have that same cluster about 45.20 area. Everything else I'll be watching on a shorter term basis. My first little key support is this 1 hour area, 44.69. We start falling below that 44.69. I'm back to the 4 hour, and I'm watching this 44.59. And then if we head below that, my next is this 44.47 area again. Then I'm at just the bottom of the rotation zone with the rising 4 hour rotation zone. That's 44.3625 is what I'll be keying off of. You don't want to see it close below the rotation zone. Right now it's right around 44.32, but that's going to keep raising up. So keep that in mind and set up your charts so you can track that, but you don't want to see it close below that level. 44.32, if I did get especially close below there, then I'm going to the 44.11, 44.10, 44.11 area. That's now turning into very major support. Don't have a trend line redraw. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. Just entered overbought. Again, tried to sell off and rallied back. So I'm still with this kind of price action expecting some higher prices, but I am keeping an eye. With the 4 hour, we did push up, but unless we get a very strong push, it looks like we're going to get a first divergence. So I'm just keeping an eye on that because it is waning in a little momentum, and it did get to overbought. NASDAQ also dipped down. Actually, this is a great example of kiss the trend line goodbye. You can see right here. Let me zoom in. coming right down there. So it came to this little support cluster down there. Not quite yet to this 15.319, 15.320 area. So that is still key, but we can update at least this became the official pausing bar. So, and we don't have much else up there. So that's what I'm going to be using. You can see here to kiss the trend line, get back by dipping that 4-hour rotation zone and a really nice rotation back up. Here's the 1 hour, yeah, that double cross pattern. This little sideways, this was not a double bottom, this little sideways, but again, look at this on a closing basis, how really nice, especially right before it took off, it held those levels at 15.65. Then going back through to 15.110, and then just rallying on up. Super strong rally. So let's take a look. Right now, there's not a lot of great support areas. I'm just scrolling out to see. Really, there's not a lot. So I'm all the way back from my key support coming in about 15.230 to about 15.215. Right in here is where I'll be watching for support. If we did drop below that, I'm back to about 15.165 as my next major support. Yeah, 15.165. That's also with the rising 4-hour rotation zone. A dip below that, the bottom of the rotation zone, there's these key levels still in there with the bottom of the rotation zone. So you have minor at 15.110, minor at 15.065, then major at about 15,045. Don't want to see close below that 15,045 though. Daily, if you did get a close below there, then my 14,962 is my next level. You can see here, didn't come up to test the resistance at 15,319. So that's my first target. My next target is coming up to 15,362. And then I'll be watching for the defining point on this trend line, which is coming in at 15,399.25. So essentially 15,400 is my next target. Above there, 15,497 to 15,500 if we have a very strong rally day. Just entering that overbought condition, and still a potential divergence here on the 4 hour. So I'm keeping an eye again on that waning momentum. Real quick, let's check in with the Dow. Dow didn't even come back. I mean, it closed, you know, still with a red bar, but it was not as weak right now. So let's see what we have in terms of pausing bars. I am going to update this to go now to the forward harmonics with this really nice pausing bar on the 4 hour, because that's going to give us better levels. Keep in mind we do have a potential double top here. Going to put that on too with the aggressive targets, and that would be, so this is a move it's reversing. So if you got a close below 34,906, you have 34,736, 34,665, and a 34,586. That's only valid. It's aggressive if it trades below there. It's the triggered though for us if it closes below there. To the upside above 35,277, we've got 35,425 to 35,458, and then above that we have, I'm just keying off the most recent highs of 35,547, and then a minor level is this 35,686. So we have for you on S&P, NASDAQ, and Mini Dow. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, ringing the bell, commenting, and liking, disliking the video. Longer term members, please consider a donation to keep the channel going. Links in the description below, and leave your comments and likes or dislikes as always. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.